Correspondence. Oh.
We're gonna go down, we're going to do that. We'll put him in.
Okay, based on what
Do you want to go next?
Yeah.
He just kind of wanted to sit in.
Yeah, I don't have much to say.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
It's kind of up to you guys at this point. We had a meeting.
Sure.
earlier.
Barb and I met with the attorneys for Dave Adams, the house that was hit with the garbage truck today, with both sides, and then also an architect that was supposed to draw some plans for a house to be rebuilt back on that site. We kind of just discussed several things in that meeting. Safety, as far as, you know, road safety, stuff like that, and then also right-of-ways, road right-of-ways. And I guess kind of the ultimate thing they wanted to know is if they were allowed to build back on that site, if there would be any problems, if we would let them build back on that site. And, you know, we talked about, like I said, right-of-ways, and that's a county road, and from the center of the road, the county has a 33 feet right-of-way towards the front of that house, and then we would step in and go a 20-foot right-of-way to where they could build, so that would put that house approximately 20-25 feet onto the right-of-way. It'd be us and on the county. Like I said, we discussed that, and then also safety, which would be driving down that 668 and also coming off of North Street there, being able to pull out. And I then introduced us as Mr. Adam Richards. He's representing the Adams family, and he wanted to visit tonight. So, I mean, do you guys have any discussion on this? I mean, what's your thoughts on
North Street, 66 foot too, so it'd be 33.
Sure, and then also come off that, yeah. I mean, do you guys have any discussion? I mean, any concerns or anything like that?
Where the house is, the porch right now, you can't see coming out of North Street.
Sure.
It's blind.
Sure.
It needs to be moved back further.
Right. Right. Yeah. Well, they had looked at that, you know, and talked about moving it back, but then, you know, they're going to run into septic and well problems and stuff like that. And ultimately, I guess the township has the decision whether it's going to be able to be built back there or not, based on right-of-way, safety concerns, stuff like that. And after meeting today and having that discussion, we were probably here at least a good hour with them. I mean, I came to the conclusion that it's, you know, I don't want it to happen, you know, for safety. It's just too tough for people pulling out of there, and then also that's going to impede the right-of-way. And do you have anything to add to that, Morgan?
I received a phone call from the handicapped bus driver. She has severe problems getting around that corner and getting back onto 668. And other neighbors in the area have expressed their opinions on the safety issue of coming off North Road onto 668. According to the prosecuting attorney, the trustees can vote that this lot has to go by the rules of the 53-foot road right-of-way. So
33 county and 20 for us.
yeah, 33 for the county because it's the center of the road over, and then we take 20 from there. So they will not be under the grandfather clause because this is an obstruction of the road right-of-way.
We can't stop them from building on that lot. They can still build on that lot, but they would have to meet all the guidelines, whether it be, you know, for the right-of-ways and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, we can't stop them doing that, but we can tell them that we don't want them to put it back in the right-of-way, because it'd have to be new construction.
But they have got enough room to build it back, just so, I mean, they don't. That's what I was wondering, because with a snowplow, we're right out in the middle of the road.
Right. And eventually somebody's going to hit the house
Somebody's
again.
gonna get- yeah.
Whether it's somebody from Lincoln County or you guys trying to clear the roads, somebody's going to hit that house again.
I don't want to stop them from rebuilding, but I don't want to create another safety hazard. And it
Right,
is.
and that's this whole thing, it's all safety.
Yeah.
So if they can figure out how to rebuild it on that lot, they're more than welcome as long as they go by the road right-of-way rules. But you as the trustees have to vote on that. Because as of right now, without that, they can rebuild. But the engineer, which you have a letter from the engineers also, if the engineers are going to step in also, it's a safety issue. So we'd like to stop it here. so that all the attorneys and everybody can get on with what they're supposed to be doing.
They're-
We as the township can stop it now.
They're still gonna get paid for the house, they won't they?
Yes.
Okay, I don't wanna see them lose
The
any
issue-
money, but
Correct?
Yeah, and just to sort of clarify what's been going on, we're in the process of determining whether or not the house can be rebuilt on the property. As the attorneys for the plaintiffs and David and Stephanie Adams, we would choose not to rebuild the property because of all the safety issues and the setback issues, so.
The house has already been deemed a total loss.
It's been deemed a total loss, and obviously, there's been some complexities kind of put in the mix with the setback requirements and everything. So we were looking for guidance from you guys on whether or not there's even a possibility to rebid the house. And during our meeting today, we discussed certain safety concerns, one with the bus driver, and also with the neighbors and being able to see around that right of way. And one way to sort of stop all the complexities and discussion about whether we can build is having the township step in and say it would be a safety hazard to everyone in that area, or to car travel in that area, to rebuild on that lot. And so we were hoping to get a decision on that.
On this today.
On today.
it's been hit more than this one time, hasn't it?
I don't believe so.
I thought
That's
they
since
said,
I've lived across the street from you.
I thought they said it'd been hit before.
The house, the next house down was hit once. Right there on the corner, busted off a few blocks years ago, remember
You can
that?
show them that picture, but we can.
Right over there at Smart's.
Yep, Smart's house. It's been hit, yeah.
Well, that time, they took the spouting off of that house that you were talking about, and then they went over and hit the foundation of Smart.
Yeah, it just knocked out like 3 or 4 blocks in that corner.
Here's the house we're talking about. This is near 668. The
Yeah.
black line is a county right away. So you see that piece on the porch, then we would have to go another 20 feet back for that. Like I said, we're not,
They
we're
wouldn't be
not
able
building
to,
on the lot. It's just in the right away. We don't want to build right away.
they wouldn't be able to build it very big, would they?
Well, in addition from the property line, we also have to be 50 foot, we'd be outside of 50 foot radius from the well, which I believe is marked on that property, which I think would leave probably about a 20 by 20 area on the lot where you could construct some sort of structure.
The black line is the county right away.
You know, it's a garage here, they don't really have anything. I'd say since they're gonna get the money on the safety thing, I'd say not to let them do it.
And what are they gonna do? I mean,
I
what
would
would they
think-
do with the ground or maintain it or anything?
I guess be up to them.
Well, obviously it would still be a private property, and there would be obligations of the owner, whether it's the Adams from this point forward, or Big O, the insurance company from this point forward. That would be for the parties to discuss, but certainly, the property would have to be maintained in an acceptable standard according to the township and all the township
Well,
regulations.
you know what I mean, by being in town like that, you wouldn't wanna just abrasive corner road up
Right.
right there.
It's still
They're still in plans for demolition now.
So kind of need to
Right.
do is, I guess,
Yes.
because we need to vote on this, whether we're gonna allow them to build in the right of way or not build in the right of way.
Black lines.
You have to-
County and ours.
Yeah.
The code, so Jenny can put that down too.
I knew they was out on the county before, there's a
Yeah.
porch on that.
For you to put the notes, Jenny, it's gonna fall under Ohio Revised Code 519. It's 519.24.
Yeah.
And that says that we're just gonna, the township trustees can vote if we want to build back in the right of way or not. So, I'll go ahead and make a motion that the township does not want them to build in the right of way for safety reasons. We're not stopping them from building on that lot. We just don't want them building in the right of way.
I'll second that.
Do roll call. Dan,
Yeah.
Ben,
Yeah.
Don.
Well, see, he asked if he could build a garage here at the side. Well, before he built this one, I told him, yeah, as long as he kept it close to the house. He built it, it was right out there, we couldn't even drive our dump truck out. and I mean new one. And I told him, I told you not to put it clear out there. Yeah, it's been a big safety hazard for us and school bus and everyone else.
Definitely. Can you guys keep us updated on what's going on?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And would you like me to direct all my correspondence to you or to Barb or?
Either one.
Okay, great.
Be great, thank you.
Thank you guys very much.
Tell him more likely to get hold of me before then.
Probably.
Well, I'll get your email from Barbara and make sure you guys.
Okay.
No.
Alright, no. Any other guest speakers? Jimmy, correspondence.
There won't be giving enough to buy another place or?
The way I heard it, they were looking at those is probably, and he said it was local here, so I think they're gonna stay put. We good?
Okay.
Definitely.
Just gonna slim lose that money.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't have anything for
Okay. Safety, get ready. Still all right on safety, and
I think so, that's something fire.
you got something for fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had a firehouse meeting down at National Trail, there a couple weeks ago, and I was talking about, how we received that park grant, and we were gonna put in a new playground, and we were gonna do it, on that weekend in May. And the firehouse volunteered to provide lunch to all the volunteer workers one of those days. So they said they would come down, all they have to do is just let them know that morning about how many people are gonna be there, and, they said they would have some kind of lunch for everybody.
That'd be good.
Mhm.
Nice of them.
Okay. Zoning, have anything?
Yes, we had 2 permits done in this past month. One was in March, it was March 31st. It was for remodeling. The other one is for the 12th, and it's for new construction on National Road. Also, did the mail outs for the junk cars under the Ohio Revised Code 4513-65, and I mailed out 6 of them. According to the letter, they had 10 days to comply. The next step is to establish a time frame to send another letter out to let them know when they could come in for a hearing.
And that time frame is how long, Barb? What's that time frame they have to?
According to the letter, it's 10 days
Okay, these are all
to
set.
receipt. 10 days of your receipt of this notice. Let me look it up exactly on the time frame. That is phase 4 of the process.
So you sent the letters out, so you got
So-
6 of them, 7 of them?
And then they have 10 days to comply.
Okay.
And then you send out another notice for a hearing. So it'd have to be 2 weeks after that,
Okay,
because you gotta give the notice to the newspaper that we're having the hearing.
sure.
Sorry. And it is in writing in the junk car rulings on the procedures of removal.
It's a remedy. Well, you can remove it.
10 days to reply.
Under 505871.
That's not our rule, I mean, that's, everyone's good. Sure. And then if not, then they have
14 days. So 2 weeks
14 days to remedy it, or 10?
for the hearing.
Okay.
After the first 10 days?
After the first notice, yes.
Then they get a second
So
letter.
10 days. Then they get a second letter and they come in front of the board.
So the second letter tells them when the hearing's gonna be. Right.
The names are on
Did you want me to read them all off?
misunderstood.
No, that's all right.
Okay.
With these junk cars, if people don't comply, then we're gonna have to do a hearing, and I believe it said that they're gonna have to come in front of the trustees, to explain why they couldn't remedy the problem, or ask for more time, or something like that. So, do you guys wanna do that at the regular meeting? Do you guys wanna have, set those hearings as a regular meeting? Do you guys want to have another meeting each month, to do that? It's just gonna be, we can do another meeting, it's just gonna be over junk cars, or
Just do it regular meeting.
You're gonna have quite a few people coming.
it's gonna be repetitive, it's not gonna be a one-time thing, it's gonna be over and over and over.
Or we could do it before a regular meeting. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Sure.
But we can do it anyway, we can have a special meeting.
I would like to see a special meeting because I am employed at another job. Really don't like to go back to that job at 9 o'clock at night. And I know that's a preference on my side, but
Yeah, we can have a special.
What if we do something like, this usually falls on the fourth Tuesday of the month, usually, not always, but what if we do it like the second Tuesday of the month? It's gonna be repetitive, I mean, after this, it's, we're gonna have hearing, so. And that's not all we have to discuss at that meeting, I mean, maybe later down the road, we'll have more business to do at that meeting, so.
Sure.
But are we advertising, if we would,
it wouldn't start till June because you still have to advertise and everything. And we have to get the letter sent out. So that meeting wouldn't start till June.
but if we advertise it as a junk car hearing or whatever we're calling it, if it's a special meeting, we can't discuss new business.
Yeah.
It would,
If that, we have to be specific about what we call it, what we're going to discuss.
We could have a business meeting, and that also includes those hearings. We could start having 2 business meetings a month, or 2 meetings a month. That's our mention to it? I'm asking.
I think so. I mean, we've always just done it
All the time.
at the organizational meeting. I don't know if there's a specific rule that says you can't just change it.
I don't know, that's been always done to organization. I'd say we just,
You wanna do it the same night, when we do it the same night, do it an hour before?
We can, we'll just go a little more early, do it the same night.
would that be?
bother you, Barb?
sorry?
If we come in an hour earlier to do that, the same meeting night, would that bother?
Well, I go to work at 4. I don't get out until 6:30. So I'd have to leave there, come back here and leave there.
We discuss any other business, I mean,
Depends on how we advertise it.
But if you're gonna have like,
If we
for
advertise it as
instance,
a junk car hearing, we can't talk about anything else. If we advertise it as a second business meeting, then yes, we can talk about
then
it.
you can do that.
Yes. Just depends on how you word it.
can we start off with just advertising the junk car meeting?
Yes,
Can we try that, see if that works?
that's fine.
It's called a hearing, is what it's called.
And we'll still do
Set a
that.
hearing,
We'll learn.
hold a hearing,
It's all right.
Yeah.
so.
Fine, well,
We can have one, that'd be in June.
yeah, and that's to give her plenty of time to, or give them people plenty of time. This is the first round, so I mean, after it starts, if we start in June, I mean, it's gonna be every month
And
then.
you would be, at the end of the month, you would get, like next month, you're gonna get the ones that were mailed out. So that's gonna give them time to rectify, then they'll get a letter, and then they'll be in the next month.
Sure. Why don't we do that, why don't we set one for June, do the second Tuesday of June, 7 o'clock,
What's the date?
14. 2011.
Junk car hearing, is that what we're calling it?
And then that, people that don't remedy, the problem within 10 days, they'll get another letter for a hearing, and then they need to come to that hearing and kind of discuss why they didn't remedy it, maybe ask for more time or whatever.
Well, there's specifics too, they're gonna bring in titles or whatever, if they can't remove it, they just, you guys have a list of it all.
Sure, and I mean, that can be put on us as, is it a per case basis?
Yes, that's why they can come in front of you.
So if somebody comes in and says, hey, I need 10 more days, we can say,
Right.
yes, you have 10 more days.
I'm going to put up a pole barn to put all of my antique vehicles in it.
Sure.
So that gives them time to do that.
7 o'clock,
Yeah. Do I need to make a motion to do that?
can if you want.
I'll make a motion that we're gonna start holding a junk vehicle,
Here.
hearing on the second Tuesday of every month, 7 o'clock, starting June 14th.
Second, do roll call, Dan,
Yeah.
Ben,
Yeah.
Don,
Yeah.
No, here's a question. At these meetings, I mean, we can set a time frame people have to case, I mean, 5 minutes, something like that,
we should, or they might go on.
for hours, you know.
And then give them 5 minutes.
How should we set up the bylaw with that?
We'll give them 5 minutes, and if more is needed, we'll give it to them. Yeah, but
Talk to Eric.
try to limit it for 5 minutes.
We can do something with the next meeting, have something,
Alright, yeah.
if we have one more meeting
Oh,
before
before
the
then.
first, May 31st.
Alright.
Okay, all the park stuff's all ordered now, right?
Yes, just in case not everybody knows, we did sign a contract for the playground equipment, and we have paid for half of it, so they will be delivering it in time for the May, what is it, May
21st and 22nd.
21st and 22nd weekend, so that we can start putting it together then. They're also supposed to send drawings so that you guys know
Where stuff goes.
where
Blueprint.
yeah, blueprint, so that you know where to dig and all that stuff. So-
Okay.
And I think Barbara's supposed to get it, and she's supposed to let me know when she has it.
Well, she's got a plaque too that we need
Yeah,
to get
well,
put up too.
They've got a picture of the flagpole with bricks around it, and with that plaque in there, so we'll set it in. We'll lay out the thing and set it in there.
Okay.
Set brick.
Alrighty, the only left, we got unfinished business.
The Boy Scouts Pack 33 last Saturday, and the trustees and 2 ladies from Somerset Road, we picked up trash on the road. We got quite a bit. Last year we had the same crew, and this year I think we had more. We got a bunch of trash and tires and some mattresses and a bunch of deer carcasses, which usually what we get. So, but we had our annual cleanup. Boy Scouts adopted Honda Hills Road, and they stuck to it. They haven't dropped it. They still every year they take care of Honda
Yeah,
Hills.
they did a real good job. They were talking about maybe adopting another road too.
Yeah. So,
Find out about them cameras that you got up there. Who's got them cameras and
Yeah.
what they do?
you couldn't find them?
You know,
I've never seen them.
Well, I thought you got them. You just want to get them developed. I'll stop up and see him, because he said there's 3 of them.
Is there 3?
3. He gave us 3.
Okay.
And he said he could pull up on his computer, so, but I'll stop and get him.
Okay.
So, but we got the trash picked up, and so now this, for trash hauling, have 1 trash hauler. And the last meeting, we brought this up, and there was 4 people that didn't want government, any more government control. They was unhappy with it. Well, when we was out working on the roads, I don't know how many people come up and told us that was dumb, you know. It's saving them money, and they wanted 1 trash hauler. So, we checked, Franklin Township's already got it. Licking's working on it, but, Franklin Township, they signed a contract with Big O for 3 years. Senior citizens get 10% discount. They give you toadsters to put your trash in, and they pick up Franklin Township every Monday. If you got hot water tanks, sofas and like that, just let them know and they'll pick them up too. You just gotta arrange a day. And, the clerk over at Franklin Township, she said, it's saving her $40 a quarter. So that's just like Jenny sending each resident that signs up for this in township a check for $10, $12 each month, because that's what it's gonna save you. So that's township giving you money back. So there shouldn't be anyone complain about it. And what it is, whoever, we put the bid out, whoever gets a contract, they pick up only single and double residential. If you got a business, they can still get whoever they want, but this will keep most of the trucks off our township roads, which tear them up. So we'll have one truck, and like Franklin said, when they awarded the contract, the Big O, who was the cheapest, they sent the other haulers a letter and told them who they had picked, so they knew they're not allowed to go through and pick up any residential. That keeps them off our road. It's just like up in Dogwood, they have no business being there other than whoever we give it to. So if they're up there, they're illegal. And there's a thing in here, a fine for them doing it. So, but all we got to do is make a motion for this and put it out for bids. And the clerk over at Franklin Township, she said there's a new company in Columbus. She didn't tell me who it was, but she said they wanted to bid on theirs. She figured they might be a little cheaper. So it's hard to tell what we'll get. We might get better, and we might not. We might get the same. So
How are we gonna know how many households to have them bid?
we're gonna have to try and figure, just estimate. She said that's what they've done. Just give them kind of an estimate, and then we'll have to go through and get everyone in the township and give them their phone numbers so they can, it'll be just like that survey we done. It'll be a little work, but it's gonna save everyone some money, so it's well worth it.
Now, before you do this, you guys kind of set yourself up like judge and jury for all this stuff.
Why's that?
Well, you're telling people what they can and can't do and what they can and can't have, and it's their place.
No. If someone wants to join it, they can. If they don't, they can do whatever they want with the garbage. They don't have to do it.
Well, they can't have another trash hauler.
Yeah, they can have another trash hauler on the road, but they don't have to join it. If you wanna take it to landfill yourself, you can. But the thing is, it's saving everyone money. And nowadays, that's the name of the game.
But it's still the same thing. You're
It's-
telling me either do it our way or not at all.
It's not. We're not saying you gotta pay an income tax. We're saying you're gonna get money back. So,
I don't see it. That's just like the junk cars. You know, somebody wants 2 cars or 10 cars on their property, it's their property. They pay for it, they pay their taxes.
well,
You know, it used to be, and you know yourself, the trustees took care of the roads, they maintained them. They didn't go around telling people what they had or couldn't do on their property. And that sticks in my craw, I don't know about anybody else's.
well, things has changed, Pete, that whether we like it or not.
Well, I
Times
know
are changing, and we gotta keep up with them, so. But this is, everyone that come up on the road and talk to us, wanna know why we didn't go ahead and pass it, why we wait. You know, so, it's saving you money.
If I'm right or wrong, I think I'm right, that you're gonna lose about 50% of your funding from the government here within the next 2 years. So then where's your money gonna come from to maintain the roads that's falling apart, from overloads?
They're just gonna fall apart because we don't have money.
Or have to put a tax
Yeah.
on people,
Yeah.
road tax.
Yeah, and, that's
I
a
mean,
bad word, tax.
I know, I'm saying it's either
Yeah.
you need to do something to cut back.
Yeah.
I think this'll help.
Yeah, oh yeah, because, just like if they stop and fill hydraulic fluid or something, they gotta come back and clean it up, they can't leave
They
it.
don't come back, they just leave it.
Yeah, well, that's the way they've been doing, but this in here, the contract states they
Oh,
have
in the
to.
contract, okay.
Yeah, it's in here,
Well, that's
and
good,
if there's any trash blowing around, they've gotta pick it up, they can't just dump it and leave it lay.
that's good.
And it's in here too.
That's better than what we got, then nowadays
Yeah.
leave it.
Yeah, oh yeah, and they just throw your dumpster and however it lands,
Good luck.
yeah, but yeah, it's all in here. He wrote it up good.
Oh, good.
But to me, I think we ought to go ahead and advertise and see what we can get. I make a motion that we put a bid out for one trash hauler.
Donnie?
Has Franklin Township already done this,
Yeah.
or are they going through the?
They
motion right
they
now?
already got it done.
They already,
Yeah.
it's already in place.
That's
And-
September.
Did they experience any problems that they shared?
The clerk says they haven't had any trouble at all, and said, that's why Licking's considering it, said because all their residents talked to Franklin, and said, how come you guys ain't saving us money like that? So, and like I say, we had 5 or 6 people on the road stop and ask us if we was gonna do this, you know, we said, well, yeah, it's, you know, I said, there's 4 or 5 people that was against it, and they said, you're gonna let 4 or 5 people control the whole township? I said, yeah, that's right.
Okay, we have a motion to run the ad for